Test. Oh, there we go. Okay. I had some microphone issues, I guess. Sorry about that. But let's see if we got everything going. Everything
Happy
looks
day, happy Friday, fellow
on.
roughnecks. And I've got another one for
Let's
y'all.
turn him
And
down a
it's
little
covering
bit.
a particularly
Turn
rancid
me
piece of
up.
trash that I like to make sure never
Oh
escapes
yeah.
our radar.
Oh yeah.
And
We're already being a fair. You know, we don't like his opinion. So what are we gonna do? Call him names. This piece of trash.
this is Manuel Mata. Look at that beauty, ladies. But bad news, ladies, he is not single. That is Carolina and Fort Worth's man.
So now what we're gonna do is talk about his love life. You know, you got all these different requirements to have an opinion. If you don't meet all these requirements according to Wrangler's roughneck, blah blah blah, then you don't get an opinion. The First Amendment is contingent on who you are, or do you have sufficient character to speak.
Allegedly.
Keep in mind
And
this
I
dude.
believe his name's pronounced.
Keep in mind this dude was supposedly in the military and served our country to defend everybody's rights and blah blah blah. But doesn't defend him no more, that's for sure.
Pronounced Manuel Mata, but I call him Manuel because I'm pretty sure that that's what Caroline has to do every night when he's done to finish. But I digress. Anyway, in this one, he's
So
gonna.
if you didn't catch that, what are we doing? Oh, well, we're making fun of his ability to perform sexually. So, this is the opening to this video. Already, we can tell one thing's for sure. If Wrangler does have any education, it's not in debate, logic, rhetoric.
Completely show his total ignorance of the law.
Oh, yes. His total ignorance.
And his complete stupidity. Why is it all of.
And his complete stupidity. These are all arguments based on, what he's doing and if he has a valid point. I'm using words like stupidity because stupidity is one of those fair words. Like, if I'm going to try to sell you a Tesla, first thing I'm going to do is talk about how stupid Elon Musk is, because that is how you make a logical, reasonable argument.
All of these little freaking felon babies, all of them think that because they were in prison and they listened to other inmates who got the law wrong, if they hadn't, they wouldn't be in prison.
Oh my God.
Think that they get out and know more than people who have actually been educated.
Oh,
I mean, I don't understand why. I never have. And hey, man.
That is the most true statement Fraudit Wrangler ever made. That right there. He doesn't understand, doesn't have an education.
Well, I have a tip for you. When you grow as a fellow beard cultivator, if you will, when your facial hair looks worse than Cyrex's, find a razor.
So, what does his hair have to do with anything? I mean, whatever.
But, here we go, guys. I hope y'all enjoy it. This is him trying to claim that.
I am definitely gonna enjoy just handing you your ass on this whole video.
Sheriff's deputies from Fort Worth, Tarrant County Sheriff's Department is assaulting him. I'm sure he's lying off his ass. How do I know? He's talking. Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
Let's make that go away.
Yeah, this video sucks. And just so you know, this is the original video. and this is his channel.
Y'all done. Well, I'm gonna stand here with y'all all day.
Okay, and he can, because this right here is called public property. Or, sorry, private property. Okay? And he knows the people who own this property. And because it's private property, one of the basic rights of private property is picking and choosing who can utilize or make use of that private property. So she has given him permission to be on the land. She's apparently been harassed by the police over and over again because she committed the crime of being related to a criminal. And these police officers are going to harass her and bust down her front door because of it.
Go ahead. She didn't allow y'all to come in her house. Y'all have no authority.
Of course you're going to stand there all day. You don't have a job.
What does that have to do with anything? And he does have a freaking job. He's got a YouTube job, and that's what he's doing. He's exercising his rights. He's flexing his muscles as far as his rights go. And it's actually a noble thing. That's what our country was founded for. That's why we have courts and due process and elections, is so that the people can modify their government to something that suits their liberty needs.
Goodbye. She asked y'all to leave her property. Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Y'all have a warrant for a person.
That's right.
Yeah, they have a warrant to arrest a person. That doesn't mean the warrant lets them go anywhere they think that person might be. That's called a search warrant.
Have an arrest warrant for a person.
Yeah, that's a person. It has nothing to do with a house or a building or property. It doesn't give them authority to be there.
And it looks like you're about to impede in that right.
No, he can't impede an arrest warrant because they haven't located the subject of the arrest warrant. Until they locate that subject and know where he is, no one can impede their investigation. You don't have to fucking answer questions. You don't have to tell him where he's at if you know. You don't have to get involved. You just don't. They have a job. That job has duties. You are not included in any of those, the job or the duties.
Right there is the definition of obstruction of justice.
No. And he does say that this is in Texas, I think. So, Texas obstruction of justice. A person commits an offense if he intentionally prevents or obstructs a person he knows is a peace officer or a person acting in a peace officer's presence and at his direction from effecting an arrest, search, or transportation of the actor of another by using force against the peace officer or another. So, by using force against the peace officer. So, there's no force here. So, I mean, what is even the argument here? Oh, we don't need that. I don't even know if that's working. I hope it is. So, we've got a police officer here who contends that they have an arrest warrant, and on top of that they contend that they know that this person is in this home. Now, they don't have to provide any evidence, but if they did have that evidence and they didn't have the arrest warrant, like let's say this officer noticed the guy go into the house, and well, actually, it would have been hot pursuit. He should have just got out of the car and took off after the person he's trying to arrest, and then he would have an exception to the warrant requirement to entering a house because he was in hot pursuit of a felon.
Justice.
Not a home.
Now we went over that. There's no obstruction of justice, you idiot.
You're retarded. She asked y'all to leave.
Look, where's the force? What are you going to say? That just standing there is a forceful act? And actually, he probably would. He works backwards. This Fraudit Wrangler guy, he works backwards from the police. Have all the power in the world. There's no limits on government. They can do anything they want. They can order you to do anything they want. You have to comply. You can't go anywhere, protest anything. You can't go to any public property, record anywhere, like whatever.
Her property. Y'all trespass right now. Y'all have no authority to be here.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that the state of Texas, the county of Tarrant, and the badges on their chest give them all the authority.
No. The fucking state of Texas has no authority over private property unless they have a warrant or an order or a writ from a judge. They have no fucking authority over this property. Their badges and the county doesn't have any more authority than the state, because the county is a political subdivision of the state. So if the state doesn't have authority over private property, the county doesn't. And their badge is a subset of all the state's authority, because the sheriff's office is a political subdivision of the state of Texas, and Texas doesn't have authority over private property. So, no, they don't have any authority or anything to be there.
They need, little felon.
No, what you're saying is they have the authority of force, and so they can do anything they want because they can exact their will with any level of force they want. And you're just standing there. So either you combat them back or you suffer whatever they want to inflict upon you, and then months and years later you might get recourse in some sort of court, but it's not going to happen today. Now, while the police can run to the court and get immediate search warrants and all that other stuff, you're not getting any of that.
Try to convince her to let y'all in. She told y'all no, to get the fuck off her.
See? She said they're not coming in.
Her property.
Is that your property?
Does it have to be? No, it doesn't. All you have to do is have some sort of physical control of the property. So if she left for a week and he was watching her house and staying at her house while he watched her house, he would have all the lawful authority she has delegated to him. So, doesn't matter. I love how this dude is supposedly some military guy. Go America. Just doesn't like any of the rules of America.
Are you her attorney?
Don't need to be an attorney. Don't need a power of attorney. In fact, a lease agreement would work too.
You have absolutely no say, and your word is useless.
He's got more say than the police officers and you. He knows the owner and has permission. So he has permission to be there. He has permission to use the property, and that is based on property rights. So he's got rights delegated to him by the property owner.
Just like any other time.
So apparently, you pretend like you're right all the time, Fraudit Wrangler, douche. And you never are, but you just control the argument by saying you're inviting people on but never have anybody on, ever. And people who do want to go on, you just block them and ban them from your channel, even if they're paying members like I was. But I want you to know, I contacted YouTube and I got my membership fee back. So whatever you thought you were getting, subtract $5 from it.
Y'all still standing here like dumb fucks. ahead, call who y'all need to kick the door open. Go ahead, it's illegal.
No, it's not. They have a.
Yes, it is. They have an arrest warrant. They have no warrant regarding going into that house. They only have a warrant that authorizes their arrest of a person.
Warrant.
Yeah, she has to let y'all in. See how y'all just standing here?
Text says, does an arrest warrant allow for the searching of a house? There are certain situations. It doesn't even have the word arrest warrant. Wow, look at this. Case law. Proper entry to arrest. Here it goes. An officer must have a search warrant to enter a third party's home to make an arrest, even if the officer possesses an arrest warrant. Exigent circumstances and hot pursuit may excuse compliance with the warrant requirement. Authority to enter does not necessarily create an authority to search the resident. So, when the officer is in hot pursuit of a fleeing felon, but he has to be in hot pursuit, when necessary to prevent imminent destruction of evidence, they have an arrest warrant, no evidence, to prevent a suspect's escape. Well, that's not. I mean, they're not in hot pursuit. They don't know that the suspect is in there. Emergency aid doctrine. So that's not it. Unless there's an actual exigency, an officer cannot enter a residence. So, must have a search warrant. It's almost like the guy making this video that Fraudit Wrangler is trashing on was trying to say that. Notice Fraudit Wrangler doesn't, even try to show that he's right. He just makes all these command decisions like he's the alpha dog in the military, just telling everybody like it is. Well, I mean, if Wrangler wants to be a military officer, then he better follow the conduct becoming. Otherwise, he needs to just sit his ass down and realize he's too stupid to play in this large game involving law.
Do you need me to move so you can break the door down? Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
So what does the guy say? And let's see.
Y'all y'all to leave. She already told you y'all trespass from here. Y'all not welcome here. And y'all didn't even abide trespassed. She already asked y'all to leave. She already told you y'all trespass from here. Y'all not welcome here. And y'all didn't.
Yeah, so he apparently witnessed the owner of the property telling them they must leave because an arrest warrant doesn't give them any rights to her property.
Didn't even abide by that. Y'all know it.
So, for some reason,
They don't need.
you for some reason you can't hear what this idiot is trying to say.
That means, right? When somebody tells y'all to leave their property, y'all have to leave. But y'all are not even respecting that. Shows how trash y'all are.
Yep.
And see, these people can't even do what they're doing in their home because they're gonna follow them and harass them. Here, give me that. Give me that.
Well, anyways.
They have the law.
Oh, it's a different video. Oh. I don't know if I downloaded this one. And if I didn't...
Y'all are legally here now. Goodbye.
Oh, I did. Okay, so... Where is Fraudit Wrangler at? It says he's at... Well, we're only 1 minute and 3 seconds into this. So let's try to figure out what the dude's really trying.
Don't good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because y'all seem to you'll be confused. A felony warrant for a person is not the same as a warrant to search. Because y'all seem to you'll be confused. Yeah, she has to let y'all in. See how y'all just standing here? Do you need me to move so you can break the door down? Don't good luck.
Oh, huh. Wow, that really just screwed up Fraudit Wrangler's whole, oh, he's obstructing. So why did he ask if he needs to move so y'all can break down the door if he's trying to obstruct? Oh my god.
Good luck with that. Because y'all seem to
I don't know. Oh well, moving on.
And backup.
They need backup because they're a bunch of pansy-ass bitches, and they know that if they do this shit to the wrong person, they better have backup because, you know, there's natural law, then there's common law, and then there's civil law. Well, natural law is less formal. Let's just say that.
Y'all seem to you'll be confused.
No, you're confused, but that's just probably because you're high.
Oh, what about him makes him sound like he's high? So it's just more, let's attack the person, nothing they say matters. You know, let's just, oh, he's fat and idiotic and, you know, whatever.
It's not the same as a warrant to search someone's home.
Exactly, they're not there to search the home.
Yes, they are. They want to search the home to see if the guy's in there, and they don't know that he's in there because he's not in there. And she said he's not in there. The guy recording said that he's not in there. They've been told, not in there.
They're there to arrest a fugitive.
That they don't know where he is. They're not in hot pursuit. If they were in hot pursuit, they would have exigent circumstances to enter the home. They're not in hot pursuit. They don't know where the guy lives, resides, or where he's at.
How do you not get how this works? I thought that you knew about the law, little fella.
He does. Your dumb ass don't.
You're dead wrong on that.
I mean, look at that. I got an arrest warrant for John Smith the Third. I think he's in your house. Then I think he's in your neighbor's house. And then the neighbor of your neighbor's house. And then on and on and on. And the whole warrant requirement is now mooted because I have one arrest warrant where the guy, hangs out and goes from house to house in this neighborhood. Or I think that, or, basically it's whatever I want because I'm the officer with the warrant to arrest somebody, and I can say and do whatever I want to effectuate that arrest. So, I can just go from house to house to house to house and search the whole town. All I got is an arrest warrant, right? What are you trying to say? Where's the limit? The limit is what these people did was okay? Because what? Based on what standards? Oh, because, you're working backwards to,
Y'all are stupid confused. Because there's a big difference. Right? That's why you didn't want to show her the paper to search her home.
Fraudit Wrangler.
They don't, because they're not there to search her home for evidence.
Yes, they are. They're searching her home for a person. That is still a search. And, he's just a tyrannizer. He wants to promote and turn everybody into tyrants. And he wants to bring tyranny to the United States. That's what this dude wants. That's what he's advocating for. That's what he's saying.
Of illicit activities. They're there to search for a criminal who they have an arrest warrant on. And they don't have to show her shit. They just have to have it. Because they're not there to search the home. There's no Sixth Amendment issue.
They are searching the home. If they knew he was in there, they would have arrested him on his way in. Right? They'd see him walking towards the house. They would arrest him. They showed up, and they're just assuming he's in there. They have no first-hand knowledge of where the guy that they want to arrest is. That guy put his mom's address apparently on some sort of arrest affidavit or something, filled out a form, and now she gets brutalized because she knows him or is it related to him, and that is bullshit. That's pure bullshit. This guy is the worst kind of American.
Here because they're not there to search her property.
Yes, they are. They're searching her property for a person.
There to attempt to violate her Fourth Amendment.
Yes, they are. They're there to violate her rights. They have nothing but an arrest warrant, and they want in the house. They've been told no. They've been told that they can't come in, but they want to come in anyways. They're there to violate an old lady's rights.
They're there to arrest a fugitive.
If they saw him going in, they would be in hot pursuit and they wouldn't do all this. They would just bust in the door right away. Everything would be emergency on the radios. Everybody would be showing up hot like they do when they arrest anybody. They roll in hot. They don't tiptoe around when they're in hot pursuit of a felon.
A felon. Because...
Yeah, so if they were in hot pursuit, they would have all the authority in the world. They would kick the door in. They would keep pursuing the guy. In other words, they showed up to some address on some paperwork where some felon apparently said that he resides. And, you're always on how everybody's a big liar and everything. Well, felons filling out paperwork on where they live, especially when they've been in jail as a felon, they can lie too. So when this person, has an address according to a felon, he's got to take that with a grain of salt. The woman that owns the house said no.
They have a warrant signed by a judge.
That doesn't allow them to enter a house. That's what the guy in the video is saying. So you know all this. You just want to reshape the whole argument. You want to say, yo, I'm the military guy. I protected your freedoms. Let me tell you how this is. Well, that's stupid.
All you have are former prison sentences. And
See? That's not an argument. That doesn't have anything to do with this situation. He's attacking the person and not the argument, but it works on a lot of people.
And a drug problem.
He doesn't even know that, but even if you do have a drug problem, like right now, I am smoking cannabis. Does that mean that everything I say is pointless and worthless and automatically disregarded? In what world? You know how many people smoke weed? I mean, Elon Musk. Not to focus on him, there's no reason for that. It just, talking about smoking weed and that Joe Rogan show and him smoking weed, and it all came up. Anyways, so if smoking weed means that you can't listen or can't be heard, then why is it selective?
Oh, no, you need a piece of paper. Since when?
Yeah, when you do have a warrant, you're supposed to show the person, because if the warrant's for a garage and you're trying to get into the house, you're supposed to have some sort of rights to enforce, the terms of the warrant. Well, everything about the military, government, police is about, oh, well, we'll figure that later out in court. And then the court's always like, well, we got to, side with the state and give them special sovereign, rights and immunities and protections and privileges and authorities and all this other stuff. But you only get the Constitution. And as we dwindle that down, you get less of it to use. And then, you can find your rights. It's just in 100 million pages of freaking legal opinion.
Since when? No, you showed her arrest warrant for an individual body. It does not give you authority to enter any home. The only way it does is exigent circumstances.
Wow. Who else was saying that?
No, if they know that person's in there and you don't let them in.
That's exigent circumstances, you idiot. That's exigent circumstances. They have an arrest warrant for a felon. That means, since he hasn't turned himself in, that means that he is a fugitive from justice. That means he is on the run. Which means if they knew he was in the house, that's exigent circumstances. But the only way they would know if he was in the house is if they saw him go in. And at that point, it would be hot pursuit. That's an exigent circumstance. You're just claiming that, they have a right to look up what he put down on the last arrest sheet, that, where he lived. And then you're saying that since they got an arrest warrant, whatever they put down, the police have the right to go into that location and try to arrest him. That's searching, because they don't know where he is. That's what a search is. Let's see. Where is Waldo? I don't know. Let me search this page for Waldo.
Man, they can crank up the intensity of their.
Oh, they can do anything they want. I mean, that doesn't mean it'll hold up. And, you're promoting this absolute authoritarian. Well, Google shot heard around the world, okay? Because, connected and reconnected for some reason. Not sure. Anyways.
Efforts. Stop it. Do better.
You do better, douche.
You think you do.
No, he does know his job because he's educated and has.
No, he doesn't know his job. This is basic, policing 101. When you can enter a house with what type of paperwork.
As a job. You're just another EBT baby that doesn't know you.
See? Nothing but, let's call names. You're wrong because you're a douchebag. Blah, 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 blah. Name calling. You're wrong because name calling, and you're a bad person. Name calling, that's why we shouldn't, go to renewable energies, because you're a fart face. Or we shouldn't do this, or we shouldn't do that because you're a fart face. We shouldn't have criminal justice reform because you're a fart face. And we shouldn't overhaul and get rid of a lot of these laws that we don't know because you're a fart face. And over, it's always, this redneck doesn't know how to do anything but call names.
Your daddy.
Try to convince her to let you in, and did it work? No.
Oh, kind of like rehab for you. Did it work?
What does that have to do with this situation? What? And where's your proof that he went to rehab? And where's your proof that it didn't work? Huh? You just gonna throw shit out there, and basically hide behind some sort of internet personality?
No.
Now, where's your supervisor? She asked for it. Imagine that, right?
Karen alert. Karen alert. Karen alert.
What? You mean you? You showed up? And wouldn't it be Darren alert, Darren alert, Darren alert? Or Kevin alert, Kevin alert, Kevin alert? You're a fucking douche dumbass.
Here we go with the supervisor crap.
Oh, we're not gonna allow him to play any of his stupid bullshit videos.
Yeah. Hypocrisy. Thy name.
Oh my god.
Be frauded.
Oh. Well, since you like the name Frauditor, I just want you to know that I'm calling your group Tyrannizer. 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 Well, anyways, me and Bard made that name up, so I haven't quite figured out how to pronounce it. But what it means is you're basically some sort of loser that wants to promote tyranny in the United States and destroy the land of the free with your immediate, thoughtless call and grab for power. Tyrannizer. 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 Yeah. That's you. Douchebag. Douchebag alert.
I know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and I know this ain't it.
Did you learn that in prison?
In front of you.
Yeah, because once you go to prison, you no longer get an opinion. Everything you say just goes to the trash can because I'm an elitist asshole. And what I really want to do is I want to punish you even after you've apparently served your time and got out of jail, prison. I want to punish you more and just throw you away in my subconscious. And then that way I want to promote you returning to be a criminal by being forced into unlawful ways of making money and being driven to violence and crime. I'm such an elitist.
The library has all this information.
Well, how many times have you told cops that you don't know how to read? So
I'm pretty sure he says he doesn't know how to read like this. What if I can't read? Right? Because most likely he was asking for an officer's badge number and name. And of course, to show contempt, and that is what they're showing, contempt. Define contempt. The feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn. That's contempt. Disregard for something that should be taken into account. The offense of being disobedient or disrespectful in a court and its officers. Okay, now that's more of it, but this is contempt. So when you ask the police officer for their name and badge number, here's an officer wants your name and date of birth. So it's contempt that they don't have this clean hands inequity.
you're right. A law library would have legal information in it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a law library.
Well, I mean, technically, you can have a law library with absolute nothing in it except for a computer with Westlaw and a login. Now, technically, it has nothing in it because You go to www.westlaw and all the information is in the cloud, not in the library, in the cloud, not in the library. See how that works? It's a library, but it doesn't have any books, doesn't have any information in it. Just has internet access, and that could be a library.
But so are you lying on your other
No, are you stupid? Are you just drawing at straws like you didn't do any research?
videos when you tell people that you can't
No.
read, or are you
Blah
lying
blah
now
blah
when you're trying
blah.
to
This
feign
stuff is so
ignorance for
stupid. I'm
intelligence?
just gonna talk over
And
him
I looked at
because
it.
blah blah blah.
I looked at everything, Warren.
Yeah, I'm sure you looked at it, but
Blah
you
blah
couldn't
blah
read it.
blah 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 blah
You
blah
don't
blah
put warrants
blah.
out on people. That's what I'm telling you. Well, she asked y'all to leave her property, man, and y'all still here.
And you're still there.
Blah blah
What right
blah
do
blah
you have to
blah
be
blah
there?
blah blah blah. Again, the person recording has permission from the property owner. That means her property rights allow the use of delegating those property rights. That's what a lease is. The delegation of property rights for money for over time. So like I might have a 1-year lease where you pay monthly a certain amount. It's my property, but I lease and grant you my rights to the property to you through the lease agreement.
Do y'all know y'all domestic terrorists?
They are.
Somebody who wants complete anarchy just so he
He didn't say nothing about anarchy. He said if you want to search the house, get a warrant. That's not anarchy.
doesn't have to publicly admit about all his criminal.
Isn't it all in the public records? How do you know about it? Didn't you, stalk him online and look up all his information and make it all public? Isn't that your group? I mean, isn't that what you guys did to me right on your show? Was looked into my background and knew what school I went to and what degrees I had? Isn't that what you do?
Doings.
Do you know that, Campbell? You're a domestic terrorist?
Wow.
Yeah, it's the
Apparently.
sheriff's office.
Either I'm watching it in two
You
different
filed
places,
complaints
which
at
is
the courthouse.
very probable.
So you're a snitch too.
Oh my
You
god.
don't go to internal
How do
affairs
you
on
snitch
Fridays. You
on a
complain
police
sheriffs
officer?
at the courthouse.
That is the dumbest thing.
Actually, wouldn't you complain on sheriffs at the sheriff's department? Just say, I digress.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't you complain about Walmart to Walmart? And how far does that ever get you when you complain to Walmart about Walmart?
Sir. Yeah, you address me as sir.
Hey, how about I address you as fuck you?
Hey, how about I address you as douchebag extraordinaire?
And it's crazy, man, that y'all learn how to harass people who don't understand the fucking law.
And it's crazy that you think just because you're a
Okay, well, I can't handle this no more, so we're gonna skip through a lot of this. And so basically, we get to a certain point, and they do decide to go in. Let's see. Are they in there?
Sir?
No, you don't. Good God. Even if they were there to search the home for evidence of a crime, they would obtain the search warrant first.
A search warrant covers more than just evidence. A search warrant is just that, to search. So you can have a search warrant to search for evidence, or you could have a search warrant to search for a person, or you could have a search warrant for electronic data.
They would search for evidence of a crime.
No, they want to search the house for a person.
If they found sufficient evidence of criminal activity, they would go back. They would fill out paperwork for another warrant, for an arrest. Then a judge would sign that. Then they would go arrest the individual. You are so.
Actually, I mean, if they have a search warrant and they come in your house and they find 2 kilos of cocaine on the counter, for example, I'm pretty sure they're going to arrest you on the spot. I don't think they're going to go and get a judge to sign an arrest warrant. Just saying.
So stupid and so stupid.
Yeah, everything you say is dumb and stupid, I agree.
And wrong that it makes me want to.
I definitely agree that you're always wrong. I think what you're doing right now is looking in a mirror complaining.
Cry a little.
Why don't you cry a little? Isn't that what your whole channel's about? You know, and then, oh, by the way, join my channel. Join this channel for $4.99 a month to be mobile infantry, or $10 a month to be officer corps. Oh yeah, you get early access to new videos and priority reply to comments. I think, yeah. What a whore.
Enter her home. Sheriff, dude.
Now listen,
Hello?
I can't handle this douchebag anymore.
Young
So,
felon ass in a line. So, Manuel Motto, congratulations. Subject of the arrest warrant. You know, he cut it. He just cut it right there for some reason. I'm guessing that the reason that he cut it is because he was lying off his ass and he got caught for it. He was lying off.
I'm guessing you're just as dumb as you make yourself out to be. And, like, so this is the video you were watching, right? This is his channel, right? So we have this video, look, Sergeant Smith, walk and drive of shame. Oh, there's another video. Oh, and look at this. You know, all your back to blue bullshit. Look, hang on. Look. It looks like they're going into the house, doesn't it? Let's see if they go into this house.
And what are y'all gonna do when he's not in there? She told y'all he wasn't in there. That's crazy. Good luck with that.
We're still waiting. Did he go? Oh, that looks like they've entered. They've now entered that house. And because they had just cause to use an arrest warrant to go into that house. So, oh wait. Now all of a sudden they're coming out. And not with the person. So they're talking to this person. And I don't know why it's buffering. I downloaded this.
What y'all doing is illegal. Y'all had a warrant to arrest the person, and I'm not gonna listen to nobody else. They're not gonna come out with no. And this is your service, right?
Okay. Okay, so now they're gonna come out of the house. So they knew he was in there, so they must know he was in the house. But they're gonna come out of the house, and guess what? I think they're gonna go search. I did watch this video earlier. I think they're gonna go search The garage. At least I think this is the garage.
No, Joe, he's not. They told him he.
Here they go. They're all gonna walk out and leave without anybody arrested. Yep. No detainee, no arrestee. It's almost like they were told he wasn't in there, and they weren't in there. Now keep in mind, douchebag, remember,
when he said that the subject of the arrest warrant wasn't in the house.
wasn't in the house. Wasn't in the house. That's what it shows.
They don't want to talk no more. Y'all don't want to identify yourselves?
Yeah.
I bet not, right?
Yeah, they're leaving with no subject. No person in tow. No one arrested. So they broke into this poor old lady's house just because she had the audacity to be a mother of a criminal or something. And then we gotta listen to this douchebag. Blah, 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 blah,
was
blah.
in the house, and that's why he didn't show it, because he would.
No, you just had to look at the next video over about Sergeant Smith. You know, there was 3 videos about Sergeant Smith. You just needed the 3rd one.
Hate to show his dumb felon ass.
No, this time you were completely wrong, and everyone knows it. So, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Now the question is, yep, end live stream. Are you sure? Yes. Now what does that do for this thing? Do I now